Hi everyone, it's Tanya with another Truth Telling Tuesday, and as you can see on my side here, we have the amazing Lynn Serafinn in London. So excited to be bringing tribal truth across the pond. And
Indeed.
yeah, and today, Lynn and I have been having some awesome discussions. I was in one of her telesummits about the truth about marketing in the world today. And so I wanted her to talk a little bit about that and the truth and ethics and really what's going on the television. And she actually has a story about her television that we thought we'd start with. So hello, Lynn, tell us a little bit.
Okay, Tanya, thanks for that. The story is this. About 4 years ago, in February 2008, it was when everybody was talking about the economy getting really bad, and everybody's worrying about the economy, everybody's talking about money, and everybody's complaining about their businesses failing. And I was kind of caught in that whole fever that everybody else was feeling about that, and I was really struggling along. And one day when I was kind of chilling out after work and just I had gotten into this habit of sitting in front of the TV every night to kind of switch off and not think about my woes or whatever. So one night I turned on the TV and it blew up. It just went poof like that, and I stared at it for a little while, thinking vainly that it would come back, and then I suddenly realized how ridiculous that was. And a series of conversations happened that led me to make the decision not to replace it. And what I realized from that, about 6-7 months later, was that decision actually changed everything to do with my life. My business turned around. I was sleeping better. All of a sudden I wasn't worried about money. And I noticed that everybody around me was. And I tell this story in more detail in the book because there's some aspects of it that are quite interesting as to what was actually going on. But the long story short of it is that I realized that by not being exposed to daily doses of the nightly news and also media messages, marketing messages that were coming at me, I was a lot happier and healthier person, just in general, feeling healthier, and also, oddly enough, financially much better off. And it was a very strange phenomenon to me. So it led me to ask the question, is marketing making us ill? Is marketing actually creating something in us that is making us ill? And I wanted to explore this question because I was a coach at the time. I was kind of leading towards working as a marketer, but I was more working as a coach at that particular time. And I noticed that an awful lot of my clients who were in the service industries, holistic industries, and creative industries, those kinds of sensitive people really, really hated marketing, and they had a real aversion for it. And so I was wondering if there was some correlation between the two. And as I started to explore the subject, I saw that, yes, indeed, there were correlations between the two, but there were also very definable methodologies, strategies, whatever you want to call them, practices in the marketing profession throughout history, or at least throughout the last 100 years, that I would call unethical, and I would certainly call harmful. And I did a lot of research for this book. It took me 2 years to write The 7 Graces of Marketing, which is the book which it ended up being. And what I found from the research was that there could very definitely be shown relationships between specific marketing campaigns and changes in behavior and changes in economic trends, changes in health trends in society for the last 100 years. And I found it fascinating, shocking, and something that was very important to be told. And the aim of the book was to really reveal the truth that's going on in marketing and to inspire people to change. Not just marketers, but also consumers. Have all people come together and say, you know what, we're not going to live with these kinds of standards anymore. We're going to change things. We're not going to live in a disconnected fashion to the planet. We're not going to encourage overconsumption, over-wasting. overproduction, all of these things that are creating debt, that are creating ecological imbalance, and of course creating stress and poor health in our society. All of the things are related, and an awful lot of it can be traced back to our business and marketing practices. So that, in a big nutshell, is a summary of... I have a copy of the book. Hold on. I'll be out of the frame. I'll be right there in a second. Here it is. There it is right there. That's the stuff that went into this book. It's 400 pages long. I think it's a very interesting read.
And so the book, 7 Graces of Marketing, has now created or spun off into a really big event that you're doing this summer.
That's
so
right.
Can you, in just a couple seconds, just tell us about that, and if people are interested in coming across the pond or in London to the event?
Well, and actually they don't have to travel because we're going to do a live stream.
Awesome.
So it's going to be, people can attend it anywhere, any part of the planet.
Cool.
It's called the Seven Graces Global Conference. It's going to be in London. The live part of it will be in London on June 22nd, 23rd, 24th. That's before the Olympics, by the way. The Olympics is about a month after that. And they can also, if they're in the live stream, they can also participate in virtual breakout sessions with the speakers. We have 10 different sessions lined up, going through all the 7 graces, and also big opening and closing ceremonies with lots and lots of masterminding, lots of interaction. And we're also having a special session on creating local economies that's going to be presented by a member of the Transition Network. It's going to be a brilliant event. It's real thinking, out of the box, and people coming together to create solutions, and also to, I think, forge their mission statements of what they want to take forward.
Awesome. Well, thanks, Lynn, for sharing this valuable message with us today.
Whoa.